Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the challenge All Stars 5, Episode 8, titled You Derival Me Crazy. First of all, this episode title is clunky as hell. Last week on the challenge, Katie and Veronica outsmarted everyone in the daily, and when they sent Nani and Turbo into the jungle against house pick Amber and Fessy, we said goodbye to Team Mbessie. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist where you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. My videos aren't meant to replace the original material, so if you missed the episode, I highly encourage you to seek it out and form your own opinion. I also put a link in the description so you can try Paramount Plus for free and binge tons of Challenge and Challenge All Stars. But let's dive into it. Following the jungle, players are beautifying in the bedroom. Veronica and Shane's friendship is on thin ice because her allies Shane and Frank can't get along, and she needs them to work together to get the strong teams out of the house. Many of the players, especially Adam, are annoyed with Turbo because he sleeps on the couch, and Turbo is annoyed with Adam because he keeps farting on him. I wish I was making this up. Back in Veronica's lair, her bedroom, Adam asks Frank to turn on his longtime friend Ashley, which Frank isn't down for, but in the moment he says he is. Frank runs this back to Ashley and Dario, who get fired up to win the daily. In Turbo's lair, the living room, he is irate because the players are leaving their food and drinks near his couch. Turbo and Adam start fighting, with Adam's big issue being Turbo sleeping on the couch. Turbo tells us his grandmothers would hit Adam with a shoe for farting. Nani yells at Turbo to get this to stop, which devolves into Turbo versus Nani and Melissa, and they head to their daily at a cliff where they'll be playing shooting for a star. They need to solve a puzzle, hop on a quad, drive a quad off the cliff, and jump to tap the hanging star. The fastest team will win the daily. Frank and Sam are up first. Frank says Sam has bus driver energy, and bus driver Sam drives them off the cliff. This is very similar to the Burger King challenge in season 40, same location and all, but the quads actually look a lot cooler than the ugly cars. Everyone looks so cool jumping off their quad. Ashley and Dario, Nani and Turbo, and Shane and Devon work well together and make quick time. Nicole and Melissa are a train wreck as usual. Their puzzle is a mess, and when they finally complete it, they miss their star. Katie steps up and tackles the heights challenge, but they can't reach the star. This just wasn't fair for shorter people. Adam and Steve, of course, eat this and leave no crumbs. The star must feel honored to have touched Steve's model-esque hands. So Adam and Steve are revealed to have the fastest time, and they're the winners of the daily. They'll pick one of the other teams to face the jungle. The players head to the club. Ashley and Dario feel like they're going into the jungle, but hope they can pull it together and win. Veronica has drank all her wine and is squabbling with Shane. She feels like Shane was going behind her back last week, and Frank inserts himself in the disagreement to get a chance to yell at Shane. Meanwhile, Turbo is napping peacefully on the couch. Melissa disturbs his slumber to start a fight with him, but he's clearly very sweepy. Nani tells Turbo this is why she voted for him in their last season, but he truly was just trying to sleep. The next day, they head to nominations, where Nani and Turbo and Ashley and Dario get votes. Frank and Sam vote for themselves to abstain, and of course, Frank and Shane have an argument for no reason. I'm sure Devon would put a muzzle on Shane if she could. Ashley and Dario get the most votes and will be going into the jungle. Back at the house, Adam is holding court. He could send in Nani and Turbo, but he's also considering Frank and Sam because he considers Frank the head of the snake of the weak players alliance. But Adam handshakes with Frank that they'll keep each other in the game. Shane campaigns heavily to Adam that Frank is coming for the strong players and Adam is a strong player. Adam brings up the handshake, but Devon warns him that Frank's handshake means nothing. So they head to the jungle where Adam and Steve pick Nani and Turbo to face Ashley and Dario. They'll be playing Hold Up, where one player will pull a rope to hold a puzzle board up as the other player scrambles to collect puzzle pieces and attempt to complete the puzzle on the board. Every 3 minutes, they'll have to switch places, which resets the puzzle. The first team to finish their puzzle without dropping it wins the elimination. They get started with Turbo vowing to avenge Leroy and send Dario home. Ashley and Dario get a lead on collecting pieces, and they switch places with the girls on the puzzle, and Turbo confusing Nani by yelling at her. They switch again, and Turbo ends up solving the puzzle, winning the elimination for Nani and Turbo and eliminating Dario and Ashley, which frees up a star for the next challenge. So we say goodbye to Ashley and Dario here, starting with Ashley, who I never paid much attention to on her previous seasons. On Team San Diego, she felt like the fourth tag-along. There was so much going on there with that team, but on this season, she was more of a dynamic character. Firstly, she was great at challenges, showing she's still a great competitor, but she also aired out that she was ghosted by Dario and gets closure. The show gave us so much hope that they were going to get together or something, but they end off just friends, which is fine and realistic. She went from someone I was meh about to someone I definitely would like to see back on the show, though maybe it's unlikely. And Dario, whose time on the main show was cut short, had he stuck around and done a few more seasons, we would have been able to see him develop and really grow up on TV since he was so young when he got started. When we first saw him, he's even still young at 32 now. In my opinion, this was his most memorable season. Like Ashley, he was a great competitor. He was also good TV. He said he was down to hook up, even if he didn't. And he had a huge fight with Devin where he wrecked Devin, honestly. He briefly popped up on the season 41 rumored cast, which excited me, but then he disappeared from it, which is a bummer, and I really hope we see him again soon. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about Ashley and Dario's departure? Who do you think will win the star in the next challenge? I'll be back next week with more challenge. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm also recapping Survivor and Deal or No Deal Island. You know where to find me. Bye!